Hi everyone. Good evening to all of you. Please let me know in the comment section whether my audio and video is clear. And I hope that all of you are doing well. I welcome you all to the Olive Board YouTube channel. I am Mannat Sharma and I'm here with this very important question that so many of my students ask me कि मैम जॉब के साथ क्या हम RBI Grade B की तैयारी कर सकते हैं या नहीं कर सकते. Rajendran, a very good evening to you. So this is a question that many of my students have. ठीक है, राइट? तो जॉब के साथ इज इट पॉसिबल, with a full time job is it possible to crack the RBI Grade B examination? So आज हम इसी बारे में डिस्कस करेंगे in today's session. All right. Before I begin, if you want to download this YouTube class PDF, you can do it from the Olive Board app. Just go to the courses section. There's going to be a separate YouTube class PDFs folder. From there you can download this PDF. I'm also sharing my Telegram channel with all of you here, because if you want to connect with me for any kind of guidance, you can connect with me over here. Mannat Educator is my Telegram handle. Good evening, Sharat. Good evening, Natasha. Chaliye. Now, why does this question matter first of all? Because I get n number of messages on my Telegram ID also that ma'am, job के साथ कैसे तैयारी की जाए? And why this question matters is that maximum people who prepare for RBI Grade B, they are working professionals only. So it's not like most of the students are full time aspirants. In fact, 90% of the people are working individuals. Fine. Now everybody's challenge is unique. The time that you can put in, the energy that you have, the consistency that you have. So it is not just the syllabus that has to be thought out properly, but the time you are able to give, the energy you are able to invest, or how consistent you are, that is what actually matters. Right? But the problem is that whatever advice you get on the internet, it is it is basically on the basis of a full time aspirant. Somebody who is, devoting all his or her time for examination only. So, in this session, we are going to give you a more realistic answer as to how, and if yes, how can you prepare for this examination. So, we are not going to talk about any motivation or something. We are going to state facts over here. I'm going to tell you the truth here. That RBI Grade B is definitely difficult. And full time job ke saath bhi it is more difficult, hai na? But the thing is that it is not impossible. It is not impossible at all, because so many of the working professionals have cracked this examination. That means what is important over here is the strategy. That what strategy you have to follow, what structure you have to follow, and how many daily hours you can take out to study for this particular examination. है ना? Because even with 2 to 3 hours, but consistently if you follow, you can actually crack the examination. So it's not like you have to leave everything to prepare for a particular exam. You don't have to leave everything. Your preparation has to fit in your schedule. Your preparation does not have to disrupt your schedule. In fact, it has to fit in your life. Right? And for that we need the right strategy. Now, what is the biggest constraint for working professionals? It is not intelligence, because they're definitely intelligent. And it is not lack of intelligence. It is not even lack of resources, because we have n number of resources also available. But the problem is how to decide as to how much I'm going to study today. What should I skip? What should I follow? Am I doing enough or not? These are some questions which these working professionals actually face. This is the major problem. So it is not the lack of intelligence, it is not the lack of resources, but the real problem is basically decision fatigue. कि क्या पढ़ना है, कितना पढ़ना है, क्या इतना पढ़ लूंगी तो इनफ हो जाएगा, 2 घंटे में मैं क्या उखाड़ लूंगी, like that. Fine. So what are some common mistakes that kill your chances of being selected in the examination, or your chances of clearing the examination? Is first of all the topper fallacy. When you see so many toppers talk, when you see so many toppers talk, and then you try to follow their routine. Toppers बोलेंगे कि I used to study 8 to 10 hours daily, I used to study 12 hours on a daily basis, right? But this is absolutely wrong. You don't have to follow any schedule of any topper or any other person, because it is your schedule. It is not anybody's schedule, it is your particular schedule, and you have to decide what your schedule should be. ठीक है? Secondly, procrastination. That means delaying your preparation, delaying your descriptive writing preparation, in fact. What you do is you say कि अभी I'm going to focus on phase one only. You don't clear your concepts related to say ESI or finance. You don't clear your concepts, beforehand. You prepare only for phase one. QRE, general awareness. You do not focus on ESI. You do not focus on finance and management, and you do not even practice descriptive answer writing. And that is why people clear phase one but leave, and they're not able to clear phase two. This is another problem. When you can't together practice for both phase 1 and phase 2, when you do not follow an integrated approach for the two, that is a problematic thing here. ठीक है है ना? Decision of what to study is very very difficult, है ना शरद? Then passive consumption. आप डेली करंट अफेयर्स पढ़ रहे हैं, डेली करंट अफेयर्स, यू रीडिंग द न्यूज़पेपर, यू रीडिंग द करंट अफेयर्स, बट यू आर नॉट रिवाइजिंग. See, revision is very very important. And why is revision important? I'm going to explain you in economics language, my language basically. See, this I'm writing retention power on y-axis, and I'm writing time on the x-axis. See, what happens is that the relation between your retention power and time is an inverse relation. That means over a period of time, you start forgetting what you have read. And in that case, revision becomes very important. In that case, revision is very, very important, because what happens when you revise? Say you are studying a particular topic here and revising over here. So, what you do is you break that loop, and your loop starts from here again. And then you revise, say, after 1 week again, your loop again starts. Until the examination, everything is fresh for you. Why? Because you have focused on the revision part. Because you have focused on the revision part, that is why everything is fresh. So what you have to do is you have to break this particular loop. You have to break this loop which is following, and when you break it, you are better able to understand so many things. Okay? So when you watch daily current affairs without any revision, that is where you lack. Okay? And the fourth most important thing, which is, killing your chances, is when you frequently switch between resources. So there was this one student of mine who said, "Ki, Acha ma'am, I have completed Sanjeev Verma, like you said. What should I do after this? Sanjeev Verma of Indian economy. What should I do after this?" So I gave him another book. Chalo, theek hai, read Uma Kapila if you really want to read about this. Acha ma'am, after this, what should I do? Ma'am, I have read the schemes and all. What should I do now? So you are trying to completely gather a lot of resources. You are trying to skip from a lot of resources. एक से पसंद नहीं आई, you're skipping to the other one. So you are having a lot of resources, and you are just reading a lot. You're not revising, you're just reading a lot. So this is a haywire preparation which is not very focused, and for clearing the examination, you have to have a focused approach. So these are some problematic things that you have to correct. ठीक है? So what actually works then? अब we need to understand what is going to actually work, है ना? We have to understand that as well. So the student way of studying is when you have flexible plans. जब मन किया तब पढ़ लिया. You have isolated phases. कभी पढ़ लिया कभी नहीं पढ़ लिया, है ना? इस phase में पढ़ लिया, मन करा पढ़ लिया, 2 महीने के लिए कुछ पढ़ा नहीं. You start selecting a lot of resources. You have so many resources with you. ठीक है? You are collecting PDFs and all with yourself, and you panic on a daily basis. So what is the professional way of studying? You should have fixed study windows. If you know that you can take out 2 hours in the morning on a daily basis, be consistent with that. Or you can take out 2 hours on a daily basis at night, you can be consistent with that. Secondly, the professional way is when you have to integrate both phase 1 and phase 2 together. You can't, study in a more isolated manner. ऐसा नहीं करना कि अभी मैं phase 1 पढ़ लेती हूँ, अगर clear होगा तो phase 2 की तैयारी start करूँगी. That is not the right approach, because foundation is very very important. Your basics are very very important, which you have to strengthen. You have fewer sources but deeper understanding. If you are studying about poverty, rather than studying from 10 other books related to poverty, keep one source and revise it time and again. Try to understand the concept in a better manner, And weekly reviewing your performance is what is the important part for clearing this particular examination. You guys have to follow this professional way of clearing or studying. Okay? So there are three non-negotiables for the working aspirants. Three things that you have to keep in mind. Firstly, you have to have fixed study slots. If you are taking out 2 hours on a daily basis, you have to take out 2 hours on a daily basis, either early morning or maybe late at night. It depends on you. Secondly, focusing on an integrated preparation, focusing on concepts, focusing on your foundation, integrating it with the current affairs, and also practicing descriptive answer writing. This is very, very important. And thirdly, you have to focus on tests. Mock tests are very important. Revision is very, very important. Revision ka to I've already told you why revision is important. And for tests, why tests are important? Because it is going to help you identify your gaps. Where are you lacking? है ना? So you should have fixed study slots, you have to have an integrated preparation, and you have to continuously test and revise. Okay, fine. So what can be your weekday study plan? Firstly, you can take out around 1 hour or 1 hour 15 minutes for conceptual clarity. You can watch recorded classes, you can clear your concepts, you can read the book if you want to clear the concept. So this is for foundation or building your basics. Very, very important. 30 minutes you have to give to current affairs. Either follow the newspaper or follow any kind of analysis. For example, you can follow my live mint analysis. है ना? ठीक है? Then 30 minutes for MCQ practice. Whatever you've studied, practice MCQs on that topic. And answer writing. You can, on a weekly basis, for if you start now, on a weekly basis, you can write one answer. You can, and for that you can follow my viewpoint 360 session. I take this viewpoint 360 session every Sunday at 9 p.m, so you can take that up. I give you one question, we practice one question, I check your answer live in the class, and I give you the model answer also. So one question on a weekly basis you can start. And MCQs you can do on a daily basis. Whatever topic you are practicing, do some MCQs related to that. So the thing is that you have to be consistent. Only if you are consistent, that then you are going to focus on perfection. So consistency is very, very important. ठीक है? Fine. And अच्छा, वीक में तो यू हैव डिसाइडेड कि ठीक है, वीक में 2 to 3 hours यू कैन गिव ऑन अ डेली बेसिस. चलो ठीक है. Then what to do on weekends? Weekends तो आपके फ्री होते हैं in a full time job. So whatever you've done in the entire week, revise that first of all. Attempt sectional tests. Attempt full mock tests. Practice descriptive answer writing. For example, I told you Sunday, so Sunday को keep for descriptive answer writing and follow the viewpoint session. है ना? I will see all your messages after completing this, everyone. Okay, so stay put. ठीक है? प्रैक्टिस डिस्क्रिप्टिव आंसर्स. जो भी आपकी मिस्टेक्स आ रही हैं, जिस टॉपिक में आप लैग कर रहे हैं, उसे आइडेंटिफाई करें एंड देन ट्राई टू कवर अप it through the syllabus. That is what you can do. Right? So you have to create a balance. You have to create a balance between both phase 1 and phase 2. जैसे अगर आप अभी से शुरू करते हैं तो आप phase 2 का ESI, फाइनेंस और मैनेजमेंट, ये सब आप अपने एक बार फाउंडेशन क्लियर कर सकते हैं. एंड साथ साथ में यू कैन फोकस ऑन करंट अफेयर्स ऑल्सो ऑन अ डेली बेसिस. सो यू हैव टू मेंटेन दैट बैलेंस. दिस इज वेरी, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर द वर्किंग प्रोफेशनल्स. क्योंकि आप वर्क कर रहे हैं, आपके पास कम समय है, इसीलिए आपको एक बैलेंस मेंटेन ही करना पड़ेगा. एंड द प्रॉब्लमैटिक थिंग इज दैट यू इग्नोर फेज 2. फेज 2 को इग्नोर नहीं करना है. दिस इज समथिंग वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट यू हैव टू कीप इन माइंड. देखो कि हाउ मच टाइम इज एक्चुअली इनफ. तो अगर मैं आपको डिकोड करके दूं तो वीक डेज में इफ यू आर गिविंग 2 to 3 hours पर डे, दैट इज मोर देन इनफ. इफ यू आर गिविंग 5 to 6 hours पर डे ऑन द वीकेंड्स, दैट इज मोर देन इनफ. क्योंकि आप देखो, आप ज्यादा टाइम दे सकते हो. आप यू कैन स्टडी फॉर 7 to 8 hours ऑन अ डेली बेसिस, बट देर इज नो स्ट्रक्चर. That means you are going to have low returns. But if you have less time but your structure is correct, it is going to give you steady progress, it is going to give you very, very high returns. So consistency and the right strategy, the right structure is important here. So where do most working aspirants lose their confidence? Is firstly when you try to compare your progress with the full-time students. अब देखो, maybe the full-time students, they must have completed the syllabus say in 2 months, but you are completing the syllabus in say 4 months. and then you start comparing with them and the panic mode starts off. ये गलत है. Don't compare yourself with full time students. Just compare your consistency, compare your accuracy with them. ठीक है? If you are missing a few days, it's okay. No problem. Don't be, don't feel guilty, and don't, start wasting your time in that guilt. And when you do not keep measurable benchmarks, कि अच्छा, you've studied this much, how much improvement have you seen here? ठीक है? So the problem is when you start comparing yourself with others. That is the major problem. So you do not have to compare. You have to have your own strategy. Now, why am I talking about structure? What happens when you have a structured approach? It is firstly going to reduce your stress. It is going to be less chaotic. Your chaos is going to reduce, and that is going to help you crack the examination. Okay? So, it helps you remove the decision fatigue. It makes you clear what you have to do today, how you have to cover everything. So, it becomes clear. Plus, when you watch recorded classes, you are provided with flexibility. Whenever you get time, you can cover it up. Acha, if you have got a tea break, while in your job you have a tea break and you have time, you have say half an hour, you can complete that recorded class that time. है ना? ठीक है? Then planned revision, it helps you in revising more frequently and last minute panic नहीं रहेगा फिर. है ना? Plus, you can follow exam lined mocks as well, which is going to build confidence for you. So, structure saves mental energy, and that is the most important part for your examination. All right. So, now if I ask you the question, or if I have to answer the question that can you crack the RBI grade B with a job? So, the big answer is yes. It is a big, big yes. But only if you have the right structure, if you have a proper schedule, if you have integrated your phase 1 and phase 2 preparation, and if you are consistent for months, only then can you clear the exam with a job. Okay? So, what you have to do is that you have to start early. You have to trust one plan. You have to start early. You have to trust one plan. You have to track progress on a monthly basis, and don't wait for motivation. Don't think when I feel motivated, एक महीने बाद I'm going to feel motivated, I'm going to start then. No, you have to be disciplined. You have to be consistent. You have to be consistent with your preparation. Only then can you do good. Fine. And if you guys are wishing to prepare for the RBI Grade B 2026 examination, you can enroll in this complete course for both phase 1 and phase 2. We have launched batch 2. If you want, you can be a part of it. You will get ESI, FM, QRE, GA classes. You will have ESI, finance and management, books. You will have monthly magazines, mock tests, current affairs. Everything is going to be available for you. Fine, I'm sharing this 5-step selection plan for all of you. I will come back to everybody's query over here in the comment section after I complete this 5-step selection plan. Firstly, step 1 is your foundation classes. So start covering your foundation classes. ESI, FM book से पढ़ना शुरू कीजिए, या फिर आप recorded lectures देखिए, या फिर आप live classes देखिए. It is very important. If your basics are clear, you will be able to understand current affairs in a very, very holistic manner. अगर आपको पता होगा कि जीडीपी क्या है, कैसे कैलकुलेट होता है, नेशनल इनकम क्या है, ओनली देन यू विल बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट जीडीपी ग्रोथ ऑफ द फर्स्ट क्वार्टर ऑफ द सेकंड क्वार्टर, ऐसे करके. सेकेंड स्टेप इज करंट अफेयर्स, विच इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. करंट अफेयर्स के लिए आप न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ो ऑन अ डेली बेसिस. अच्छा, आई टेक अप दिस लाइव मिंट एनालिसिस. अभी तो आई एम गोइंग टू बी ऑन अ ब्रेक फॉर अबाउट 10 days विद द लाइव मिंट एनालिसिस, लेकिन 1 Feb से आई विल कंटिन्यू विद द लाइव मिंट एनालिसिस एवरी मंडे, वेंसडे एंड फ्राइडे. तो हम अच्छे से इसे एनालाइज करेंगे, न्यूज़पेपर देखेंगे. पीआईबी एनालिसिस इंपॉर्टेंट है ना. जो भी मैगजीन्स है होती हैं, यू कैन फोकस ऑन दैट. फिर स्टेप 3 रहता है डिस्क्रिप्टिव आंसर राइटिंग. आप अभी से शुरू करो, वीकली बेसिस पे शुरू करो. आई हैव माई व्यू पॉइंट 360 सेशन एवरी संडे एट 9 PM. तो आप वो अटेंड करना शुरू करियो. 1 आंसर पर वीक इज इनफ, है ना. इतना तो शुरू करो. And step 4 is your MCQ practice, which is very, very important. MCQs practice करना बहुत ज़्यादा important है. Do not forget that. And at last, rapid revision. Revision is the key. I'm explaining it again and again. Revision is the key. ठीक है. So if you all guys want to talk with me further, you can connect with me on Telegram. Mannat Educator is my Telegram handle. आप मुझे मैसेज कर सकते हैं. Whatever you need, you can connect with me here. यहाँ पे WhatsApp चैनल का भी लिंक है जहाँ पे I share daily current affairs, तो आप उस पे भी मुझसे कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं. Fine. Now let me take a look at everybody's question over here. You will get okay, Ramya, you will get the 2026 learn pack very very soon. I will check it out. Please connect with me on Telegram and I will let you know. I will connect with the the people here. I will connect with the team and I will let you know that when is this going to be available. Fine. So you can connect with me, just message me on Telegram. I will let you know over there. Fine. Sometimes depending on what one sources creates FOMO, मैम. सी नहीं, फियर ऑफ मिसिंग आउट वाला नहीं होना चाहिए शरद. वही तो दिक्कत है. आपने अपना सोर्स अगर देख लिया है कि अच्छा आपने ये बुक फॉलो करनी है, संजीव वर्मा फॉलो करनी है, उसको ही ढंग से कर लो. डोंट फोकस कि अच्छा मैं वहां से भी रिसोर्स ले लूँ, वहां से भी पीडीएफ ले लूँ. ये आपने नहीं करना है, ये आपको पैनिक करेगा. तभी ये क्लास में ले रही हूँ आपको बताने के लिए कि ये गलती सब करते हैं, आपने नहीं करना है. ओके शरद, फाइन. Live mint paper analysis. I do this live mint analysis every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 8 a.m. तो मॉर्निंग में 8 a.m. पे ये क्लास रहता है. ठीक है. If you guys अभी for 1 week or so I will be on leave because of some medical reasons, तो तब नहीं करेंगे. फेब से बिल्कुल बिल्कुल ये रेगुलर हो जाएगा and we will continue this. Okay. शरद, यू आर सेइंग टू सोर्सेज फॉर करंट अफेयर्स. ठीक है, अगर आपके पास टाइम है, एनर्जी है, तो आप फॉलो भी कर सकते हैं, ऐसी कोई बात नहीं है. ठीक है शरद. I don't think separately books will be available, but that also I will have to check whether you can get the books or not. ठीक है. These messages please let me right now. I don't think you can just separately get the books, but I will definitely ask in the learn pack. So I think you will get the books if you buy the learn pack, है ना. But I will let you know as soon as possible. You can connect with me on Telegram. Fine. Is that fine? Is there any other question that anybody has? You can ask me in the comment section. Otherwise, we will end the session over here. All I wish to say is that all the best to everyone out here who are also doing a job and also preparing for the RBI Grade B examination. I wish you all the best. Keep studying and keep these things in mind, whatever I have discussed with you. You can connect with me anytime on Telegram. See you there. And if there's any help that you want, you guys can buy the RBI Grade B 2026 course. I teach ESI current affairs over there. So if you want, you can take up the full course. Fine. So that is all from my side. I will see you all in my next one. Till then, take care. Wish you all the best. And I will see you all in my next one. Bye bye.